It's so fantastic. This video is sponsored by Vallerret.
Hi my friends, very good morning. It's so cold today. Yeah, it's one of these cold and wet autumn days here in Austria. And to be honest, I've been to a longer road trip, a bigger road trip over the last 2 weeks, and I'm not used to this coldness, to be honest, because yeah, I've been a little bit more in the south. We haven't seen the videos. There will come fantastic videos over the next weeks, so get sure to watch them. And yeah, I'm so excited that I'm able, hopefully, to catch the last autumn colors here also in my local woodland. I mean, yeah, it's around 30 minutes from me, and we have a little bit of atmospheric conditions, not here in the moment, but when we look a little bit more in that direction, I'm sure you can't see all too much. We have a little bit of atmospheric conditions over this brook here, and so what I'm trying to do is I try to look for a composition beside this brook, and fingers crossed that we get out a really fantastic photograph. And by the way, I've got a sponsor for this video, what's really fantastic. We'll talk about that later, because I solved a really important, or let's say a really annoying problem in landscape photography. So I would say let's try what's possible here. It is so enjoyable to photograph in woodland. It is really fantastic. And so when I came along here from this trail here, I got attracted by this tree trunk. I mean, as already mentioned, I've not been here over the last 2 weeks. I've been out for a longer road trip, not in an area like that, not in my local area, not with woodland like that. And it feels for me a little bit like I have missed autumn this year. And this tree trunk here, really, it reflects these emotions, these feelings a little bit. I mean, it's, you know, a tree trunk, it's a dead tree, obviously, and we have also all the leaves up there, so everything fell down already. It's autumn, and it feels it's over, something like that. It is not over, we still have autumn colors there and way up in the trees, but it's anyway, I think it had been better a week before or so. This scene here is really fantastic, and I really like it. And what I try to get in is I try to get a little bit of trees in here. Also, this patch of autumn colors is quite important for me. These leaves up there to balance this tree trunk. We also have this log here in the foreground. I will crop in from the bottom a little bit afterwards. I take a little. I zoomed a little bit out because, yeah, you know, the trees are straight here, and I also want to have them straight in the photograph. And as I don't use a tilt shift lens, yeah, I mean, it's not much, but I have to tilt it a tiny bit down here, and so the trees do something like that, and we don't want to have something like that. And yeah, that's the reason. Yeah, we also have a tiny bit of atmospheric conditions. It's not much. Just a little bit to give a little bit of depth here. I mean, we don't have all too much depth here. We don't have the sun or light from behind or so. It's more. It goes more into the dark there. But it's really. I mean, it reflects this mood, and this is really what I like here. A quite important thing, really my autumn weapon, if you want, is my circular polarizer. It's so important because it helps me to bring out all the autumn colors, really popping out, more saturation, and I really like this in an autumn scene like that. I'm at around about 50 millimeters f9, and I would say, let's make the click. It's such a calm and enjoyable day here of woodland photography. And I mentioned already that I got a sponsor for this video, and I'm really excited about that, because they solved a really annoying problem here for landscape photography. And you know, whenever you have been out for photography in cold conditions, wet conditions maybe like it is today, and you try to get control over your camera, all the wheels, all the buttons with your gloves, yeah, it feels like clumsy, and you don't get control over everything, and it's annoying. And what you do usually is, or what we tend to do is, we put our gloves away and we have our fingers, we can use everything without any compromises. The only compromise we have, it gets quite cold. It's not a problem for 5 minutes or so, but on my experience, I work much longer than just 5 minutes on a composition. When I feel uncomfortable out on location, when I try to get connected, when I try to think into a composition, especially in Woodland, you have so many things, so many distracting elements to consider. You have to convey your story and so on. It's not a thing of 5 minutes. I often work half an hour to an hour on one composition, and in many cases I think I didn't think my compositions to the end, because it feels uncomfortable. And the more comfortable I feel, the better it is. I'm here already for around about an hour and worked on this composition. I'm happy with the composition. But yeah, without gloves, your fingers get quite cold, and it gets even worse in winter. And so Vallerret got a really fantastic solution here. I've got these gloves here from them, and the really cool thing is you can put the finger caps away. That's really fantastic. So there are no compromises anymore. I can really go to my camera. I can get control everything. I can turn all wheels, I can press all buttons, and my fingers are still warm. And when I get too cold here, when it's much colder in winter maybe, I just get into my fingers again, I mean into the fingers of the gloves, and everything is cozy and warm, and that's really fantastic. And what I also really like at Vallerret Gloves is that they have different gloves for different conditions. So this means for autumn or for mild winters or wet cold conditions, I like the Milford gloves. These are these here, what I use today. And for really cold and Arctic conditions, I use the Pinton. So I've also them here with me just to show you. It's the same principle. You can put the finger caps away, and that's really fantastic. Also for really deep winter here in our areas. And they have really big assortment of different gloves. And yeah, I will put the link down in the description so that you can check out for yourself which gloves are the best, especially for your landscape photography. And also there's an offer code, by the way, Irmler. So when you go there, type in Irmler anywhere in the order process, you get free shipping therefore. And that's really a great solution, I find. And a big thanks to Vallerret for sponsoring this video. The only downside of working long at compositions is that when you are in misty and foggy conditions out, or with a little bit of atmospheric conditions, you don't have all too much time. You don't have all the time in the world, to be honest. So I will look around. Atmospheric conditions are gone already in this area. And so what I think is there's another brook a little bit more in that direction. I will head over there, and yeah, fingers crossed that it's possible to get some photographs there. It started to rain a little bit again, and I mean, I don't have a problem with wet and rain and so on, but the problem is, the leaves start a little bit to move, and that's not the best thing in the world when you want to photograph woodland, especially in darker conditions like that here. I have to go up with the ISO, and I don't get all too much of movement in, and this also leads into ISO noise, what I want to avoid, obviously. Unfortunately, yeah, I mean, we have mist up there. There's a little bit of atmospheric conditions. We also have always a little bit of atmospheric conditions down here, but not all too much. We don't get the tree absolutely isolated to the distance, to the brook back there. And so what I thought about is we have a brook down there. It's quite solid yellow down there. It's more a little bit bluish there. And exactly behind the tree, right behind it, there is a little bit of gushing water, a little bit of, I don't want to say cascades or so, but some rocks or stones are in there, and the water swaps over, whatever it does. And this looks really fantastic. I mean, I like it. It's just, I think it's difficult to bring it in one composition, but anyway, I like it. And I think this composition would definitely not work another time of year. So now we have the tree really red, so it stands out. With my circular polarizer, I am able to bring these colors really popping out, and it's much more isolated than I would be able to isolate it in summer maybe, or something like that. It would be better with a little bit more atmospheric conditions, but anyway, I'm happy. The rain stops a little bit, that's good. The leaves look quite still now, and I would say, let's make the click. It is amazing. It would be so many more possibilities for compositions. The autumn colors are so awesome here. But yeah, it's quite difficult to be honest, because we don't get this depth into our composition. This atmospheric conditions are missing. It's more high up there. We have mist, but no fog down here. So what I think is maybe it's a good idea to look for a composition where we don't have all too much depth. Where we maybe just work with the shore back there, something like that, the other side of the brook. I'm not sure about that. More an intimate landscape shot. This could work. This looks nice here. I would say I would try here something. Be so fantastic photograph in that direction. I spotted this tree trunk here in the foreground, and there's this river coming through, and all the autumn leaves back there. And we would need some atmospheric conditions there. For we have up there, we don't have down at the river. But anyway, however, as already mentioned, I got attracted by these by these features back there at the shore, straight at the shore. We don't have this depth here. We don't have a really big area here. We don't need atmospheric conditions here for getting out a really great photograph. And so what I did is I played around with the things back there, and what I really like is this conifer tree here left beside that tree. I'm not sure if you can see that, and there are lots of red leaves on, so we have this color contrast of orange to red with green, and we have also a really fantastic tonality of all the greens up there. So we have these illuminated greens on the branches, we have a little bit darker greens, we have shadows there and so on, and I really like this. And I like also the pattern which is drawn there with all the curves there and all the from the branches and so on, and also these patches of orange everywhere there and where, and I really like that. I switched to my long lens. I have my 70 to 200 millimeters lens on. It wasn't enough. I think it's around about 7 meters in the distance or something like that. Here's a river. It would be possible to go a little bit closer, but it's more comfortable here, to be honest. And I put my 2.0 teleconverter on, so I'm at around about 400 millimeters. And I have to say I really like this intimate landscape composition here. Yeah, from the technical side, it's not all too complicated. I can use ISO 100 here. We don't have moving elements here. I mentioned a circular polarizer already. I'm at f14. I mean, we don't have a big depth there, but as we have around about 400 millimeters of focal length, we need that to get everything sharp, what should be sharp in the composition. And I really like that. We have also water drops there and where coming down from the branches. It's really fantastic. And I would say, let's make the click. What a fantastic morning of autumn woodland photography here in Austria. And yeah, it's so fantastic that this worked actually, because yeah, as already mentioned, I've been away, I've been at a bigger road trip at another area where we didn't have this amazing autumn woodland. Yeah, really grateful there. For the autumn this year was quite short, to be honest. We had a dry summer and it didn't take all too long that all the leaves get down. And every day they get down more and more. So I'm not sure if it will work again for one more. I mean, yeah, we can always go out for photography. It's just, you know, when all the foliage on the trees is on point. I think this was already maybe a week ago or something like that. But anyway, I don't want to complain. I'm really happy. And yeah, also a big thanks for Vallerret for sponsoring this video. The gloves are really fantastic. It's really amazing. Check them out by yourself. I've linked them down in the description for you. My friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, please give me a thumb up. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to tune in next week. There will come a fantastic video as well. See you next time. Bye.